Hide live video. Well, that's a new button. What does that do? Huh? Give me buttons to push. I like it. Need a beverage. Oh. Or 7. One too many. I better drink that one right now. I had here. What's up, addicts? How you doing, buddy? Long time no see, man. You're the one with the flag case, right? I gotta go through my emails. Track down that. Hey, Jeffro. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. Look at my pretty wood. What's up, Eddie? Edward? Colby? Is that Colby? Colby's brother? Somebody. Yes. All right. So, since you're in here, I'll tell you. Apparently, the glass guy is sick, and nobody knows where the glass is. So, I picked up my flag cases, and I'm just going to go to the store and grab a bunch of glass, and we're gonna make one. Colby's dead. All right. Yeah. The glass was not with the flag cases. So I told him, I was like, listen, I can't keep waiting. Like, I get it. People get sick and shit, but somebody should be organized here. You should know what's going on. They have like 40 different things back there with awaiting glass, or that had glass cut for it. It was nuts. Yeah. I don't like it being late. That's the thing. So we're going to cut glass on camera here. Monday? Sunday? Sunday, maybe. I think Sunday. Yeah. I apologize, Attic. My bad, man. I should have not counted on somebody else. That's my bad. Believe me, it won't happen again. I don't mind giving them stuff that'll be a long time before it has to be delivered, but I wanted to have that to you by Christmas. There's a sign that I made for somebody. I don't know what I did with it. It might be it's in the house. Oh, it's in the house. Woo. I gotta get that mailed out. What's up, Baba? Waiting on him to get off the ice. Oh, nice. Wait, is he playing hockey, or is he just out playing on the ice? like a child. I guess he is a child. It's fine. What's up, man? Thanks for popping in. Well, I'm glad you decided to come in and hang out with us for a few. What I needs to do is I need to make a surround for this. I don't know how much of it will get done tonight. I also don't want to work on this. This can probably get put away. Runic, what up? Oh, ice fishing. Oh, okay. All right. Man, no slacking twins yet. I don't know why. They got the same notification you did, Papa. They just like to make a. They like to make an entrance. Hit the like button at least. All right. Well, I appreciate that, man. Get yourself a nap in. Best wood in the shop. Right there. There's the best wood in my shop. That's it. There's one. Here. Oh, Lordy. All right. I'm going to let you guys look at that wood there. I go back here behind you to the lumber rack and grab some curly cherry. I probably should move stuff so that I'm not knocking everything over, but you know, what's life without a little excitement? No fire. Oh, you're right. My bad. My bad. My bad. We get the fireplace going. Give you guys something to look at. Really? A spider web in front of my TV? These daggone spiders. These spitters. Oh, I got to give it a minute to connect. What you building and can you buy it? I'm building a Baker's Island, that's the top of it. That is a drawer base for it. And the frame is behind me here. You got to grape some cheese? Really? Jesus. Can you buy it? No. No. This one is this one is already spoken for. There we go. We'll go with that fire today. That seems like a pretty fire. That warm me up, Papa? You call it Chaos Island? You know what? You know what? A Chaos Island seems appropriate. It will be covered in chaos. Toasty now? All right. All right. As long as you're warm, Papa. We wouldn't want you to get chilly or anything. All right. I'm going to go back here. Sneak back past all my nonsense I got piled up in front of my lumber like a knucklehead. And grab my... Man, I got so many of these little strips of wood. I just do not want to get rid of. All right, let's see. There is curly cherry. I don't know if that was going to be long enough. There's cherry. There's cherry. There's maple. There's some more cherry. Curly cherry. I like it. Ugh. All right. So, what we're going to do first is put those in there. Take these two pieces out. It's a big curly cherry. It's long. My long wood. Think I can sneak out of here without knocking everything over. All right, there's one that needs split. Is this long enough? Uh, uh, no, but it is long enough for the sides or the ends. So there's curly cherry. Is this long enough to do both sides? Damn, it's not. Well, shucks. I got more over there. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Bummer. All right, I'm gonna grab another piece. Top looks great. Thanks, Bubba. I appreciate you, man. YouTube doesn't like to notify you anymore. Hey, I gave you well, it wasn't a verbal notification, but I gave you a written notification. All right. That one's not as curly as that one. I don't like that. Neither is this one. That one's curlier. You know what I can do? Ooh. I know what I can do. We can have that come right to there. Oh, it's only 51 and a half. Damn. That's okay. That's right. So, this one is also not as curly, but okay. So here's what I might do. I might just take this and make this the sides. And split this. And make it the ends if I have enough width. Here. Stay. Let me see which of these looks. Oh, this one's probably the curliest of these pieces that I have here. I think that would look pretty nice. Pretty nice. And then we're going to do a square cut end. We're not going to miter it. We'll square cut it. So I think I have enough width there to do both pieces. I just had a tape measure. I only need 2 inches. I actually got to rip that down. I got to rip half an inch off of that one. We'll go 2 1/4. Fuck it. We'll go 2 1/2. Why not? We'll see. Will this one rip down? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Oh, I'm going to move everything, get my table saw out. I watched a video today. Well, I was working on a engine, doing a head gasket, and watched this video about how you don't need a table saw anymore or a miter saw. All you need is a track saw. And there's no need to buy table saws anymore. Blah, blah, blah. So this is playing as I'm working on this. I was like, all right, I can sort of see your point. Track saws are very They're very nice to have. Would I want to do long rips on a board with a track saw? Fuck no. I do that on my damn table saw. Kind of what it was made for. It's I don't know. The whole video seemed like it was sponsored by Festool track saws. Come spend $1 bajillion on this track saw. It's the only tool you need in your shop. Listen, a Festool router. Scoob Steve! They both have their purposes. Yeah. Yeah, track saws are great. Like, I mean, I don't use mine near as often as I should. But it does have a purpose. I cannot disagree with that. But telling people that they don't need any other saws, all they need to do is buy a track saw, seems disingenuous. Seems goofy. Why would you say that? Out there to eat it? You're my boss? I mean, flying some 1x2 strips about 5 feet long like I do? Yeah. Right? Before you bought a saw stop? Yeah. So, I don't know that I'd ever be interested in buying a saw stop. Simply because you have to manually disable the safety feature. Right? I keep seeing people setting off that little airbag blade thing every time they cut, wet lumber. And I cut, pressure treated lumber and shit all the time. So I'm going to have to disable it, which means that I didn't need to fucking buy it in the first place because I'm not using it. It's a great idea. My use case, if I was only using it for dry wood, then I'd probably get one. Economically cheaper at the time, right? That makes sense. Yeah, if it was cheaper than the alternative and had the same benefits, I'd probably buy it. I'd bypass the saw stop thing, but that's because I like to think that I'm intelligent enough to not be missing fingers, but I need to move that before it gets because I need it. I need to lay pieces down on it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a rip cut. Trot down to shanter. This board, 2.5 inches. But that being said, everybody thinks that they're too good to have an accident. So, you're only too good for so long, right up until you have an accident, and then you're no longer good anymore. Okay, 2.5. 2.5. That's where I need to be. Have a plug around here somewhere. This weekend, I intend to start putting up my electrical. Redoing my electrical. There'll be an electrical panel over here on the wall somewhere. Over there, because I feel like the best place for it is right by that garden hose. So, job site version. Gotcha. So, ironically, it's the job site version is the one that I keep seeing people popping the things on. They go, well, I was getting a new saw. I figure I might as well get a saw stop. And then, then they're out there cutting pressure treated wood. Nobody disabled the the popper. All right. Is that going to clear? Yeah, that'll clear. That's a little rough on the bottom. Oh, it's got some tear out right there. We'll deal with it. It'll be fine. All right. I'm going to make some cut. I'm going to make 2 cuts here real quick. Look, I got another strip of wood to add to my collection of wood strips. Ooh, almost tripped over my saw. So that'll go there. Dissing. I'll go her. And the real question is, I don't think I'll be able. Oop. I will not. Ooh, I can do it one way and then the other. I'd have to do it this way. Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 You guys can't even see the side I'm looking at here. There you go. Oh, better make sure we keep the fireplace in there. I'll have to start paying these people royalties for using their videos. I do it like shoe. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 I like it. What's happening on OnlyDance? Not much yet. Just playing with my wood. What's up, Sean? Richard, how you doing, buddy? Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. So I think instead of doing one piece from here to here down the whole side, I think we're going to stagger it, and we'll do a piece. We'll do a butt joint here, right, on this way, and then this side will be a butt joint this way, and we'll go around. I think that'll look a little cooler, a little more nifty. But you know what I got to do is I have to clean off that horizontal surface that has collected all of the bullshit. That is what I needs to do. Then, should I use stagger would be better? Yeah. I think that'll look better. Right? So we'll have this end piece come all the way out and then run a piece up here. And then this end piece butts up to that, runs all the way out. Right? I think it'll look better. I need a little more cleverer. Oh, can't complain, Richard. Got a lot of hours on this cutting board. You know, I bet within a week somebody's chopping on it, and I go over there for lunch one day and I look at it and I'll see a bunch of little knife marks all over it or Play-Doh stains. We're gonna find out if tongue oil and Gill Boys will block stains from stuff. It's gonna stress me out. It's gonna stress me out. It's gonna be a new way that Steph is gonna give me gray hairs. She's gonna be like, "Oh, you know, I chopped stuff. I chopped some vegetables up on that cutting board." Right? Hey, Jesse, thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome back, Papa. You yelled at Will the other day for what? For what? All right. So I need to clean off this surface. Oh, here's something I want you guys to think about. You know what? We'll do a poll. How about that? All right. So what we're going to do, I'll explain this before we do a poll. All right. Walking into the stove cover. You have two cutting boards. You have two cutting boards and two things that are not cutting boards. This and the stove cover. Damn kids. All right. So here's what we're going to do. So the objective for this is we're putting a border on the top, right? So then we also want to hide the plywood edge, okay? So we're going to laminate another piece to the bottom of the trim, right? So it's going to look like I just grabbed two random pieces of wood here. There, I got some black walnut up here. Okay, so it's going to look like this is the trim, okay? You'll have plywood down here. We're going to put another piece attached to the trim. So we now have a solid edge, and none of that edge is visible, right? How do you get the sapwood out without warping the quarter sawn heart? What? What's sapwood? Or what? I go to a lumber mill, man. I have a sawmill. I don't know how to use it yet. I haven't even set it up yet because I haven't gotten a trailer to put it on yet. So I can't help you with that. Now I can tell you that in my milling process here, I have not had any issues with warpage cutting out sapwood. Who is Dad? Oh, you guys keep calling Papa Dad? God, you know, there is like other people whose name is like Dad and things like that. Let's go out there, right? Anyway, so that's what we're doing, okay? We're going to be laminating the second piece up to cover the edge of the plywood. So it looks like we got one big thick counter, okay? So here are the options. I either laminate it with a piece of cherry, right? And just do cherry, the whole thing, or I laminate it with maple. I put a strip of maple underneath that cherry and kind of give it a. Let me see if I can. Do I have a? I've got maple around here. I don't know if I have a small enough piece to put up there. There's some. It's not exactly the right size, but it'll work. Like this is obviously a lot wider. So this is what the maple would look like. Let's do it this way. So it'd sit like, like this. Just no space there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Here, let's do this. So we take maple and laminate it down, get this nice white line going. Kind of give it like a edge detail all the way around. Or we just double it up with cherry. Now the cherry coloring will probably not match. So what's up, Kevin? But those are our options. All right, I'm going to start a poll. We'll start a poll. Give you guys the option to do that. The hot pink acrylic, of course. What's up, Kevin? Oh, I don't mind. This is such little amount of maple. It really wouldn't matter. And our strips are only going to be about an inch wide, right? To go from the plywood to the edge of the trim. All right, so we're going to start a poll. Everybody gets to look at my dumb face while I... Holy shit, we got so many buttons now. Here we go. What should the under trim? I'm going to call it the under trim. You guys know what I mean. Underarm? What the hell? We'll say cherry, maple. And the maple may end up being spalted maple. All right, so we're going to leave this run for a few minutes. Here, we'll put it over here so it's not blocking the TV, because I know that's why you guys come in. Appreciate that, Papa. Cherry would be off. Yeah. Yeah, the cherry coloring is going to be off because it's not coming out of the same board. But while you guys are discussing this and chatting amongst yourselves, I'm going to clean off this horizontal surface so that I can cut some stuff. I'm not doing ash. Cherry and maple. Those are your only two options. Always got to be somebody. Up here going. Hey, let's add one. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. All right. Ironically, I didn't have to clean off a whole lot because my saw pulls forward. I just need to get some of this little stuff cleaned off so I don't throw it all over the floor. And then all right. Let's see here. And I have some nice maple up here. Wow, I don't know if I have enough curly maple to do it. Oh yeah, I probably do because it's only like an inch wide. So I have spalted maple. Well, it's not really spalted. It's just kind of grayed. It's from the edge of the spalted. And I have, I don't know who put this countertop in my way over here. Let's see. I've got curly white maple. I have a clamp I dropped on the floor. And I have more semi-spalted maple. And poplar, but we're not doing poplar. I mean, I have white oak. I have a board of curly white oak, or not curly, but medullary raid white oak, but we're not going to use that. There's the curly maple. It's not terribly curly, but it does have a nice face grain pattern. It's kind of cool. And then I have this one, which has like I have two of these that have like dark stripes and stuff in them. So we'll, it's not, I guess, it's not the real pretty ambrosia. It's like that edging of one that's gone a little too ambrosiaed. There's another piece of curly maple with a knot in it. Anyway, I need this piece of cherry because I don't know. You know, I really don't know why I have my creeper in here still. It should be in the basement. I very rarely pull a vehicle in this in the garage here and do work on it. All right. At one point in time, I had a beverage and a tape measure. Found a beverage. Stuff did harden. Like it's still soft, like hardened silicone. So. Hey, Misha, we're working on it. Misha, we're working on it. We'll trim it down so it won't matter. Yeah. Doing good. Cedar. What's up, SGO? Have to stay warm somehow. Yep. I know, Pop. I wouldn't want you to get cold. We'll try to keep the fireplace on screen there. Wouldn't want you to get all chilly. Tape measure. So I should need, in theory, 2 pieces of wood. Mm-hmm. 29 and a half. Let's go to make sure. So we're going to go a little heavier than 29 and a half, just so I have a little bit, just in case I'm off. Before you got the maple, I did. I laid it down right here in front of you guys. How are you doing, Misha? All right. Okay, let's go to a nice round number. Okay, 29 and a half. We'll go a hair higher. We'll go to like 29 and 5/8. That way I have a little bit of wiggle room. I can always trim it. It'll be fine. So once I get these 2 side pieces cut, we will look at what the chat has decided. Okay. A touch longer. We're good there. Another one at 29 and 5/8. I'll try to pick the most interesting grain pattern for the sides. Kind of carry this bit out a little bit. I went a little longer than 29 and 5/8. Oh, I think I went 30. My bad. My bad. And I should probably cut that one down a little bit more. That's a little too much to trim off. Yeah, I went 30 and 5/8. I'll knock an inch off of this one real quick. Now it's too short. I'll have to cut 3 more. There we go. A little longer than it needs to be. That one, we're going to have to trim that end off. This is the factory end on that when they cut it at the mill. So we'll turn that off. Okay. There. All right. Looks like 75% of the 12 of you decided maple. Okay. It's spawning it. Yes, it is, Daniel. So there is the start of our border. In fact, I'll take you guys over here. You can look at it. It's not, I mean, it's not clamped up or anything. Doesn't have any finish on it. Right. Here you can see it's got, all right, we're done. We're doing maple. All right, we'll get rid of this. So we'll have curly cherry there, curly cherry here. This one, I bet the curl, you see it more facing the other way. And then curly on the end. They got to look pretty sharp. Trying to get a good view of it. There you go. And then, like I said, we're going to use the maple to cover up that edge right there. We'll just laminate maple right onto that cherry. So we're not going to attach this to anything yet. We're going to glue up our maple to these, and then we'll cut these down to final size and get everything fit and pretty. Oh, no worries, TRF. We're making is curly cherry. She was nice. We're this is the top to our baker's island that we're making. That's the drawer box for it. This is the front and rear frame for it. And then there's some more pieces over there. Ignore the shop. The shop is a disaster. But I think that the cherry border will, I think it'll look nicer. And I like this way doing it. Having this piece come out, this piece come up, and then you're butting into this piece. So it's like alternating. And then that piece is coming out, butting into that. I think that looks nicer than bringing this piece all the way up like that on all four corners. So, all right. So we are going to rip down some maple. Now we need a game room, oil paint room, woodworking, anything room. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with an anything room. Okay. I do. Oh. Oh. Son of a bitch. Those pieces are at 2.5 inches. That's perfect. I don't have to do anything with that. All right. I think that I want to go with this piece of maple here because it's very white, right? So it's very contrasty. And it's kind of pinkish. I don't know if you can see it like on the camera. It's got a pink tone to it. Like, can you see how I pull up my pants leg so you can compare it to white, but like compared to that white table back there, this has a pinkish tint to it. Anyway, I think what we will do, yeah, that's more than enough length. We'll use that. So I'm not going to get enough out of this one to have it all the same all the way around. So a bat house, you're proud of it? Hell yeah. I actually want to build a bat house. My bat house fell down in one of the last storms we had. And I've been meaning to make one. I just don't know how. I'm going to have to do some research into it. But I've been meaning to make one. And all right, now one thing I do want to make sure of. Ooh, yeah. Okay. All right. That'll give us nice height. Okay, good. I need 1.125 inches. Make sure that's the same all the way around, just in case this piece is sticking out a little further than it should. Well, you know what? Even if it is, it'll be okay. We'll go 1.125 inches, and anything that's extra, I'll zip it through the table saw. That way, I know I'm going to be hugging that plywood really well. So 1.125 inches. So I need 3 strips out of this, and then we'll cut it down to size to laminate and clamp it all together. Let's see, am I going to be able to? I guess maybe real close. Let's slide this back here a little bit. I'll be able to go through here. But this piece has a bit of a twist to it. It's going to be a bit annoying to cut, but we'll be all right. Could save for later. Yeah. We'll do this. That way, if that stuff falls down there, you don't get a full facial or a full full view of it. You can just be surprised. But we still got the fire on screen. Oh, and we got some runic sign up there. Some Amy Joe. I don't know what the hell you call that. We're going to call it a plaque. I have a beverage that I need to have. Hey, this is our last stream of this year. Son of a biscuit. I think the channel is just over a year old now. I think November was our birthday. I think. I'm not really sure offhand without looking. But you guys are kind of the best for hanging out, helping the channel grow, and giving me all the good ideas. Thanks, Papa. Shit. How old am I? I'm old enough to be your dad. Wait. Am I? Am I old enough to be your dad? No, almost. Almost old enough to be my dad or your dad. No, I'm 40. Top 10 idea was to run the TV. Nailed it. Yep. So you guys know that when when you have your channel, you can look at kind of like the demographic of your viewers. My viewers tend to skew towards the older generation. Like we're going to say probably 40 and up. The 40 to 60, 65 crowd seems to be my biggest demographic. And then it kind of tapers off a little bit above that. And, you know, it tapers off as you go lower. So what am I saying? I'm saying that I appeal to the older generation, so I don't have to do that stupid nonsense fucking dancing for gems or whatever crap there is that goes on. I don't have to do none of that to get people to watch because they're not watching anyway. So, all right, I'm going to make I think I need to make 3 strips here. So I'll be right with you guys. All right. FYI, this is not the right blade to be doing these cuts with. Is you want you want less teeth, or just go slower. So you see, like mine, I did get a little burning, not too much, pretty good. But we do have some maple curl that stands out pretty good. TikTok is a menace to human brain. I'm a 14-year-old girl. Yeah, TikTok is a menace. I mean, apparently they pay really well over there, but I don't know that they pay for my kind of content over there, because I don't know that I don't use TikTok. I've never been on it, so I don't know what it's all about. Just saying. So why is that? So the space between the teeth, the gullet, it fills up really quickly. So then you're just dragging full teeth. You don't have the ability to cut anymore. So if you slow down, it allows that full tooth to pass through, dump its sawdust out, and you have another tooth coming, right behind it, because you got 40 of them on there. Now, if you're just doing small cuts, small board, that's fine. But doing these long rips like this blade is not really ideal. Never signed up, and I wasn't aware you knew how to go slower. I do on occasion. On occasion, I can go slower. It doesn't happen very often. Not very often at all. All right. So what we're going to do is I want to pick the ones that have like the prettiest kind of curl. They're going to be the ones that go out here. It's going to look like, oh, you guys ain't even looking. The hell? I need a new camera operator. Fire this one. This one's junk. So for me, anyway, let me preface that. We'll say for me, I find that my cuts are better if I use a less toothed blade with bigger gullets, and then go through and just shave off a hair to clean it up with the finer tooth blade. When I'm just shaving it to trim it up, I don't get burning on it like that. That dark spot down there, that's a burn mark. But when I go through it and trim it up, I'm taking a half a blade width off. So the saw doesn't, it barely even notices that it's there. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Because I want that to hug, but I don't want it to be. Well, you know what? It's fine. We'll set it up. So this is like just a bit off center on my piece, which doesn't matter because we have the border going around, so it's fine. I just want to make sure that I don't glue this up and end up having a gap here, right? And then I'll have to take a router to it. You guys probably can't see because you're 8 miles away because my camera operator sucks. So what we will do is this. I will take and mark each piece and throw a line on it. That way, when I glue it up, I'm gluing up to the line for each piece, and any excess maple will just run to the table saw and trim off. We'll trim it down, and then we'll take a flush trim router to it and trim it up real neat and pretty like. And then this is going to get sanded again once this is glued on and attached. Like I said last week, having the first coat of finish on here only served the purpose of protecting it, helping to prevent any warping. Excuse me. And soaking down into that curl to highlight the curl. It's going to be sanded. Just hopefully we don't sand down past the oil soaking into the curl. But if we do, we do. It's fine. We'll just have to make sure we put a coat of finish on it. That way it protects it. I'm just sharpening my pencil here, so I got a nice sharp tip. Then I'm actually going to leave my line so that I can squeeze everything together. I'm just barely going to leave my line. That way, when I put it on here and I put some clamps on it, I can squeeze it down nice and tight, this part to this part. And if I have any small gap, it'll be underneath and nobody will care because it's underneath. It can never be 100% perfect. Oh, it can be very close to perfect. American Italian. Hey, what's up, Lawrence? Appreciate you lurking, buddy. If you're combining different wood materials, how do you deal with potential deformation? Or do you choose very similar materials? So here's the thing. My any deformation that you're going to have, these are they're very close to each other on the Jenga scale, right? They're both hardwoods, cherry and maple. Maple's significantly harder than cherry, but they're fairly close. But the maple is so small, it's going to expand and contract. You're never going to stop it. But the maple is so small, the amount that it moves is going to be imperceptible. All right. Because it doesn't expand lengthwise or widthwise, heightwise. It expands width across the grain. All right. So we're putting it on this way. So across the grain will be front, this is the face. So it's going to expand side to side, but it's like, what is it? There's a formula for expansion, and it's something like 1/1000th of an inch per inch of material or something. It's something minute. It's ridiculously low. Now, as for the top expanding and contracting, it's going to have a little bit of wiggle room, but it's mounted to a piece of plywood that is not going to move. So the top should be relatively stable. Should be. Once you got your finish on it and everything is protected, that's why we put a first coat of finish on it, so that we didn't have this big bare space out here absorbing moisture or losing moisture and causing it to bow or curl and force the plywood to take the same shape. When you put a finish on something, it regulates the moisture loss and gain, makes it more controlled. But realistically, if I just had this as a solid wood top, you're looking at what, 27 inches of 1 inch thick material. The only way that this would expand is the center bit here is face grain. This is edge grain. So this is going to want to expand this way, right? Up and down. And the center grain is going to want to expand left to right. So the amount that we have that's actually going to do any moving is about a foot wide. The amount of moving it's going to do is negligible at best. If it was, a 4 foot wide or 5 foot wide dining table or something, then you'd want to have, joints made for movement. But that was a good question. Wood movement is a thing. I need my pencil so I can mark this. One, two, fucking children. 3, maple side. That's 3. The 3 and maple look very similar to each other. Or 3 and an M. A bunch of kids outside yelling. I assume they're kids. I don't know. It could be grown ass people. Oh, nope. Maple is on the skinny sides. All right. Good. So now all I have to do is line my maple up with these bits here, and these bits here, and we're good. We'll line it up like this here. Right? And we'll leave the line just a little bit. Then we'll glue, clamp, and I don't know if I'm going to put any screws in it. I might want to. I might put a couple of screws in it just to make sure that this doesn't peel off at any point from use. Yeah, wood will expand in all 4 directions, but it's minute, except for across the grain. Across the grain, wood will expand the most. So the way, well, all 3 directions, I guess. So across the grain, it'll expand the most. Height-wise, right? So this is the face, this is the edge. The edge grain will expand the second most, and the length The length, believe it or not, will expand, but you're going to need a lot of um, length to see it. So across the grain, it'll expand the most. The edge grain will expand second most, and length will expand just so little amount that it's not worth trying to account for. That accent's so cool. No, I'm not from the South. I'm from the North, almost as far north as you can get in the States. I'm as far north in PA as you can get. No, I'm from Pennsylvania. Didn't even realize that I had an accent. Although I guess if you're not from around here, then yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Glad I could help. Now, if you are doing things like tabletops, they make a whole bunch of options for you to mount them to a solid frame. You have things like Z clips, which are shaped like this, right? So you cut a groove in your frame, and the Z clip sits in that groove, and you screw it to your tabletop so that as the top moves, that Z clip allows it to move while keeping it attached, right? Or you can drill an oversized hole through your frame into your wood, your top, so that way your screw goes in, but it has room to, I don't want to do any finger movements. I mean, it has room to kind of wiggle around a little bit, right? My most liked wood combination, I think maple and black walnut looks good together, but cherry is my favorite lumber to work with and to just use in general. Fancy drinks for Dan to make and snacks to have. Yeah, you're going to be breaking in the cheese jail. I thought that was the requirement tomorrow, is breaking in the cheese jail. All right, and we'll cut this one down, I think, because that has more curl. So this one will go here. Excuse me. And these ones are going to go on those two pieces. So I have to cut this. Now, I can tell you that wood movement, while important to consider, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't move as much as most people will think that it's going to move. So don't let it be your make or break for doing a project. All right. Just, if you want to do a project, but you're terrified of the wood movement, just do the project. If you can account for some wood movement, great. If you can't, I mean, all wood is going to move in some bit or some fashion. Also, the wider the strips of wood, right? Like these two, if this was face grain and this is face grain, this one is going to move less than this one is, right? It's half the width. It's going to move less. But the only places you really see issues from wood movement is on things like breadboard ends, right? A breadboard end is I have these boards going long ways, and I'm going to cap it with this board, okay, on a full-size table, and this is, 2 inches thick or something, and I'm going to pin this board to this board and clamp it down and glue it up. All right. So for the first year or two, you might be fine. You might not have any movement at all. But as humidity changes in that house or lack of maintenance to the table, spilling water on it, whatever, as time goes on, you'll notice that this board doesn't move, but these gaps might open. You might get a couple of cracks in them, right? It's not like I'm going to build this and then tomorrow it's going to explode into a billion pieces. All right, that's not generally how it works. But you don't ever breadboard ends and firmly attach it to every board, right? You attach it in the center, and then the other ones are floaters, okay? Meaning they're not glued. They're just tight-fitting joints. You're only locked in right here. So this section of wood isn't going to move enough to really matter. Unless you're using wet wood, and then you got a whole different set of problems, but it's too quiet in here. Let's leave her alone. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Also, on the other side, don't take anything I say for gospel, because I'm sure that I'm wrong just as often as I am right. I'm also sure that somebody out there is going to do a very detailed video with numbers and some scientific mumbo jumbo bullshit to tell me that the guy on the internet is stupid and he's never actually built anything out of wood, so he doesn't know anything. All right, I just want to trim these two ends off real quick. I can tell you, though, that the bar I have in my house, I didn't seal the bottom side of the slab top. And it took 4 years for any cracks to show up in that slab top. 4 years. And the cracks show up in the winter and they go away in the summer. Loses moisture in the winter, air's drier, gains that moisture back in the summer. All right. We are ready. You know what? I think that I am going to put some screws in this. And I don't have to use clamps. Yeah, I think I'm going to put a couple of screws in here. And I'll try to make them look pretty. Just talking about wet wood. I don't know. Oh, Lordy. It's all right. Sometimes I forget my audience. All right. So I believe that I can fly. Ooh, I think. Oh, goodness, I'm getting too old for that. I think I can countersink those a decent amount, get good grip. Well, even if I don't countersink them, I'll still make it through. Well, I want to countersink them. All right, so we're going to do that. And we will line this up with a little bit of the line showing. Yeah, I think that'll be great. I'm going to drill a bunch of holes, pre-drill a bunch of holes. The clamps singing hard. My little clamps. Would you just look at them? Look, they're smaller than my hand. They got nice soft tips on them too. Just saying. Is it? We were talking about clamps the other day, and I happened to mention that I have some very small clamps. I'm gonna pick the glue off my lid. $67 in here. It feels pretty chilly. I even put a hoodie on to come out here. Right? It's hanging up right there. It's stupid cold outside. Don't worry, Steph. We're not using clamps right now. We'll use clamps later. But All right. I need 15, a T15. Let me just get my stuff ready here. One of these days, I'll finish building my drawers over there, and I'll have my bits organized instead of in a cardboard box with a bunch of screws and razor blades and other nonsense. Did I throw that T15 in here? I must have. And I apparently took the bit out of this bag or box, which makes me sad. So now I got to dig for a tiny little bit. Give me a second. I know this is super exciting, and you guys just, huh, I found it. Stabbed myself 17 times. That's a punch. T15. Nailed it. All right. I suppose I could have just used these. Got a whole ass bit set right here. All right, I'll put this in there. Bum, 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 bum. You guys don't really need to be that far away. You can come over closer. I only bite on weekends. See you, TRF. Mr. Bunnington, how you doing? All right, night, Misha. What kind of sub do I want? Whatever you make. Left a message above. Have a great day. Hopefully I can see the end of this project. Oh yeah. Hails yeah. All right. So I gotta get my bit set up. Ooh. My depth stop, all that happy nonsense. Make sure I got the right bit in here. That'll work. Okay. So we need to change the depth of my drill bit. Only drawback to this style is you get wood that packs down in between the drill bit and the countersink, and it locks the bit in place. There we go. Okay, we want to go with that. Oop. Pretty good. Also, Bex, I would never pull in private combos. That's just nonsense. But we were talking about clamps, and I said I had tiny ones. There's my tiny ones. Steph doesn't like to talk about clamps very often. She gets kind of my bit slid. She gets kind of her eyeballs glaze over when you talk about clamps. Go right about there. I mean, where you did? No, 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 no. I would never. That's just nonsense. I know me. I would never do that. All right, I need to grab a driver and a beverage. And I don't know, probably this. And grab a tape measure. Very few people are going to look under here, so evenly spacing them out. Probably a bit overkill. but we are going to put one in to hold it. I just want to make sure that I don't cross the line of here, getting a screw in the way when I round over the edges. Put one in here to hold it. There. And we'll put two down this side. So that screw sits right there. Oh, that's plenty of space to do a round over. That'll be fine. All right, pull these out. Put one in there. Put one in there. Okay. We are going to put some glue on here. Grab my brush. Just want to make sure that I have good glue coverage. The screws may or may not stay. We're essentially using the screws for clamps. And I don't want to be smearing it all over the place, so I have a couple of quick clamps here. Okay. I'm not overly concerned about squeeze out because it just doesn't matter. It's going to be going through a saw. We'll clean up the front. Like that. There. That is more gooder. All right, we'll set that over here. I'm not going to worry about any of that. Oh, I never went to Harbor Freight. Hmm. I don't even have any paper towels in there. Oh well. Oh well. All right. So, in all reality, if we're going to clamp anyway, I don't need to go through. And we'll put our first two. Just so we can line everything up. Just so, what are you guys doing for New Year's? Anything? Anything fun? Anything exciting? I generally don't do much for New Year's because, well, I'd rather just drink in my house. I can, however, promise you guys that I will not be doing a video about New Year, New Me nonsense. I am going to stay the same mentally twisted jackass that you all have come to tolerate. Wouldn't say know and love, but I'll say tolerate. I don't like that. Squeeze that one down there. We'll put one here. Sorry, after I get this one done, I'll look at chat. I don't even know if you guys can. Oh, you guys can see me. Look at that. Ooh, fucking hell, Harbor Freight. Some ridiculous clamps there, buddy. And then I'll scrape those off later. Let's see how this looks. Okay. Not bad. This one has a little bit of a bow in it, so I gotta clamp this corner down. There we go. Put this one over here. Wipe my hands off in some sawdust, scroll through chat. Have a beverage. We'll do the same on the long ones. All right. What's going on here? Well, yeah, I am going to your house this year. Doing a live Thursday? No, I'm not doing a live Thursday. We're gonna be on the floor at some point. Totally, we'll totally look. Roast beef as long as it's rare. Chilling, watching TV and YouTube videos. What up, Zyro? What's up, Woodwork? Dan takes holidays. Yeah, I don't. I don't generally stream on holidays. That's. I mean, on occasion, I might throw up a rare chill, but I'll be over at Steph's house babysitting the Chaos Twins and enabling them to drink more. So probably not the kind of things that we should do a live stream about. Maybe on the Only Dance. How do I measure for a picture to make a picture frame? What kind of picture frame are you making? Like a butt joint picture frame or 45-degree mitered picture frame? Or... Says who? Right? So a butt joint is like I'm doing on this, right? I don't have any angled cuts. They're all just square cuts coming up to one another. All right. I think it ties into the style of this very well. But if you're going to do a 45, then what I would suggest you do is take your picture or an approximation of your picture, lay it down. I'm going to assume you've never done it before. All right. So lay your picture down on your work surface or a piece of glass or do a cutout of plywood, cardboard, something. Lay it down on your surface. Take your boards, lay them down, right where there'd be. Move them around so that you have as much of your picture visible as you want. Right, cut your boards long, and then take a carpenter square, one of these squares, anything as long as it's square, and square up your corners, and then hold everything down and come in to where your boards overlap to that corner. Draw a line on both of them. Come to the outside, draw a line on both of them. And do that on all four of them. And then take your boards and draw a line from mark to mark. There's the angle you need to cut. No math, no trying to figure out angles, no nothing. Just now, logically, you can just make 4 or you can make 45-degree cuts because they're going to be right, but then you don't have to measure from outside point to outside point. You got it laid out here. You draw your lines and you're done. You just cut on those lines. Then it's all about if your cutting is good. Routing for the glass. Oh, that's easy. So do that before you would do your gluing anything together. Take them to a router table or run them through a table saw, something. Cut out that notch, that rabbet, and then you glue them together, and your rabbet will all be matched up. I don't have any picture frame pieces in here, but this is what I mean. So obviously these are two different lengths, but or widths. So you lay your pieces down, right? And you go, all right, my pieces are long. This is square. I'm going to draw a mark here. I'm going to draw a mark here. And then I'm going to take those two marks and I'm going to draw a line connecting them. Right. And it works for any angle, right? Any angle. It could be, you could have a 4-foot wide piece over here and a 1-foot wide piece over here. Right. This piece could be a fucking inch wide. It doesn't matter. This piece could be 3 feet wide. That angle will match. Right. And then, so you cut those out and then take this to your table saw cut your groove out, or take it to your router table, and cut your router your rabbet out. However it is that you want to do it. I would recommend, though, if you're going to do it on a table saw, I would recommend trimming your piece down to just outside where your corner starts, where your line starts, and then using a square piece on the table saw, so you don't have to worry about any tear out or anything like that. And then once you got that cut, then you still have part of that line, right? So you just cut that line. Cut that line, stay on the waist side of that line, so that way you can nibble away at it with your saw. And get a nice, perfect fit. Hey, Delane. Thanks for coming in, man. Explain that better than the other YouTubers. Well, thanks. I hope it was. I mean, I know I said a lot there. Let me see if I can do this for you. If I have some pieces here. Well, here we'll use. Here, look at that. I got some really thin strips. So we're gonna do this. This is my picture frame pieces, right? But this is 2 of them. So I'm laying it down over my picture, right? I got everything. I want this much of my picture to be visible. All right. Take my square, make sure that this is, my inside corner here is square, right? Hold that down, clamp it, whatever you want to do. Take your pencil, mark up that corner, right? So these pieces are really thin, so it's not going to work. So I've got a tick mark there and a tick mark here. Okay, and the same on the other piece. Take your straight edge, your ruler, your level, whatever. Line up those 2 tick marks. Strike a line. There you go. That's the angle you need to cut. You do that on every single one of them. And then just before you take out your dado, just trim it off right here. Right? Trim it off here. Cut your dado to the inside. Right? And then go through and cut this line. And every single one of them will be a perfect match, as long as you didn't move anything while you're doing it. So I do that a lot. I'll do that little, I call it a trick, but it's not really a trick. I do that a lot. Like, let's say I had a piece of wood this wide, and I want my top rail to be a thin piece of wood. All right, so if I cut this all on a 45, it's gonna the miter, the cut's not going to be long enough, right? So I'll mark it here, and I'll strike a line. Now I know that this piece needs to have a cut that long to match up with this one, right? Which I'll cut the same. And then I can have my big piece and my little piece. Do a frame sometime live. I really should. Frames are easy. I don't have anything to put in a frame. Steph, you got anything to put in a frame? You good? Thanks. What's up, Mike? We're working on gluing up our frame pieces for this. I really should do a frame. A frame doesn't take long. And I got plenty of lumber to do it. So this is what we're doing. You'll have to excuse the glue. But the chat voted, and we went with curly cherry. That's going to go on the top. with a curly maple strip around the bottom. And this is going to nest on the piece of plywood that top is sitting on. So this will cover the plywood. This will cover the plywood edge. A pick of the Chaos Twins. I don't have a pick of Chaos Twins. Somebody be slacking. Oh yeah, you do have that picture of your parents. Yeah, you know what? I'll make you a frame for that. We'll do that. We'll do a frame night. We'll make a frame. Um, I'll pick some. I'll pick some wood that's really nice. Oh yeah, the picture when we went to the cave. Yeah, that was a fun day. I was back from the bassinet delivery. All right, so now I need to move that because I need to now use this because I don't want to put this on the floor. So I need more space. Give myself. We're gonna do some screwing and some gluing. Yeah, we'll do that. And you already have the glass, so I don't have to, wait for glass. Oh man. The side of that wood was really cool. Huh. That would have fit perfectly in here. Oh, the sides of the little ones are cool too. All right. The long ones, not so much, but it's fine. They're already cut. We're already going to do our thing. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that you had that picture of your parents. So you've already got the glass. So that'll be a nice picture to do. I'm going to put a screw in here to hold that. Put a screw, we'll measure it, put a screw in the other end so this piece doesn't move. Okay. Put a piece in, or a screw in this end. We'll go through and we'll do our screwing of our other holes. Make sure we don't have a bow in this. And we got a little bit of a bow. So I'll put one in here in the center right now. All right, let's see. We'll throw another one down here. Like I said, these screws are mainly going to be for clamps. They may or may not stay. And they're on the bottom side, so I'm not overly concerned about it. If they don't stay, then I will. All right, I think that'll be fine. Then I will fill them when the top is done. All right. So I think that'll be fine. Pull these all out. We'll smear some glue. This over so we make sure we got little points sticking out so that we can use them for positioning. Oh. Ever do live edge? I have. My bar is live edge. Picture frames for your scroll saw work? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That sounds cool. One of the tools that I should probably replace is my scroll saw. Because the scroll saw was really, really convenient. Well, Amy Jo used the scroll saw to cut that out. And then she used a Dremel tool for other bits of it. But hey, look at that. We can get a little bit of runic sign that he made me up in there. I don't want Papa to get cold, so yeah. I only dabbled with the scroll saw, so I'm not near good enough to be doing it and giving anybody advice, but it is a fun tool to use. Let's get some glue spread around here. I said I'm more concerned about this outside edge being pretty than I am anything else. So I want it to have a nice tight seam on the outside edge. Now, if there's open glue joints, I can go back and fix them. It's not a terrible big deal. That's just more work that I don't have to do if I do the glue up proper. And I was kind of hoping to be able to put these on the countertop tonight. Well, probably not tonight. Thursday. Or not Thursday. Fuck. Sounds like Sunday is going to be a busy day for us. I think last year I did a New Year's stream. It was a very quiet stream because was it last year I did a New Year's stream? Day after New Year's? Something. We kept it very quiet. I don't remember. Where's my hole at? Where the hell are my holes at? They're around here somewhere. Right there's one. Oh, maybe not. There's one. All right. Nailed it. I get one. The rest of them will line up. Clamp on there. Yeah. Check that. Oh, we need two more screws put in here. Clamp the center bit tighter. That one. And we want one up here. There we go. That's some good squeeze out there. So this is what we did, right? Just ran down through. The screws are essentially what's holding it. They are the clamp. Oh, I got a little bow in that end. I got to put a little clamp on that side. I'm gonna grab my little guy. Don't want to have a gap in my wood. Wood gaps are never fun. That end is going to cut off anyway, but I still want to have it as tightly glued as I can. I'm going to need to set this somewhere so it can dribble glue places that aren't going to hurt my feelings, like over there. All right. Pardon me. I've got one more to do. But I'm thirsty. Holy shit, it's 9 o'clock. It's a complaint if that happens. You got what it was worth? 1,764 cuts. Goodness. All right, Lawrence, have a good night, man. Yeah, Papa's fragile. All right. Damn, that was my first drink tonight. Judas Priest. We got one more to glue up and screw down. So we will we'll get this. Give myself right there. Easier to bow the middle once the ends are applied. Ooh, I didn't want that there. Shit, did I want that there? Fuck. Hang on. I might have put that one in the wrong spot. I put that one in the wrong spot. All right, we'll go with a fresh hole. See there. Touch more. There. We'll put one right next to it. Now we're good. Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll match that down here. Did I really? Okay, we're good. This is just the end that gets cut off. Well, that gets cut off, and then this one gets cut off. I don't want to drill another hole. So. Let's make sure our middle doesn't have a bow in it. No bow to speak of. All right, so we learned from that other one that we need more. All right, we'll make sure we got screws sticking out so we can use them for alignment. Too much screw. Pardon me. All right, I'm gonna put a little tick mark on here where my screw is, one of my holes is. I'm gonna put a little tick mark right there. Right there. All right. Now I know where my hose is. So the screws, the reason they may stay is because this is being utilized. The screws will add an extra little bit of grab so that these don't get ripped off. It's just kind of an extra little insurance policy. So I think they are going to stay, because I'd hate to have to go there and fix it every other day. Although I could probably get more muffins out of it, so maybe I'll leave the screws out. You get a couple of loaves of bread or something. Like, will repair for food and snacks. So here's a question for you guys that are watching still, and maybe more so if you've been watching for a little while. Do you guys like this format, or would you prefer that I just make some videos and do less of the work live? Maybe do a 1 day live stream and put out proper long form content. You guys discuss that or think about it, whatever. I don't even know if there's anybody in here still. Let's see how that looks. Well, you got nice even squeeze out anyway. So I'm going to assume that it looks good. Well, that probably will make an ass out of me, but it is what it is. We'll leave that sit. You know what? We're going to leave that sit right here on the edge of the table. So the glue can drip down. Now, before I go in tonight, I do have to scrape the inside glue joint. So we still got, I don't know, about an hour. I need it all to get nice and tacky. Lives. What's up, Brian? That's why you're so focused tonight? What? Why? Huh? Hey, Candy Jones. You wouldn't hate it? Oh, you made bread today. Nice. Lime is good. Limes. You do without the sanding limes? Oh, because it was only on my first pop. Yeah. Yeah. That's slacking. But I feel like we're making actual progress here. So I mean, I don't have very much that I can do before it's time to assemble the entire unit and have just this monstrous thing in the middle of my shop. On the bright side, I can set it on my table, on my workbench, because less pops equal more progress. Only to a point. Only to a point. The time is a factor in that. The longer I go, less pops will not equal more progress. The pop breaks are necessary. So, anybody who was here for watching the woodworking, we're done with that now. The only stuff we're going to be doing tonight yet is scraping these inside glue joints so that they don't get in the way when we're putting them on our table right there. So we're just going to hang out and shoot the breeze for, I don't know, about an hour while this glue sets up so I can scrape it cleanly. Now, it doesn't have to be super clean. It just has to be not all ratty and bumpy and stuff to interfere with my fitment. So, shoot the breeze time. So, I do like the live stream format. Like, I like the live stream thing that we do. Is it takes very little effort, really. I get to chat with you guys. That's the fun of it. And I don't monetize my lives. So, I don't know if YouTube puts ads in them if anybody goes back and rewatches them. But if they do, I'm not getting any of that. So they should probably not do that. I was considering uh, dropping down to 2 days a week live stream and taking that third live stream day and making it a video day. That's what I was considering doing. But I think I will readjust my workload, and that way I can have a day a week where I can work on a project strictly for the channel. Miss Julie, 2 months. Thank you very much. So with the new branding going official here in January, the website will be going live. It won't be going live like right at the beginning of the month. I'm tweaking it still. But we're looking like the first week, second week, we should be going live. It'll get released out to people who sign up for emails. It'll get released out to them first with a password. And then I can get some feedback on it. Like, you don't have to buy anything. I just want some feedback. Play with the buttons, click through the pages, right? And it'll be on that. It'll be that way for about a week, and then I'll make any tweaks that I have to make, and then we'll roll it out full public. So, and it'll be getting updated regularly. But I've got a ton of fun merch. Like, so I'm hoping that that stuff works out. I'm trying to keep everything at a decent price point, not going insane. So the only ways that I can do that while still maintaining quality, or at least quality of material, is I just drop the amount that I charge, so I make less per item, which is fine. But instead of people that are making, I don't know, $10-15 a t-shirt, I might make 3, right? But I also refuse to get the shirts that cost $2 to make, or for the blank material. Yeah, everyone better make the Chaos Twins stuff best sellers. I put a lot of effort into designing these things. So I'm not going to release all of it at once. It's going to be a whole little collection. I'll push them out, like maybe one new design a month or something like that. And that gives people a reason to come back to the website, and B, it's a lot of work designing these things, and then designing the shirt or the bag or whatever to go with it, and then getting it on the website and having 700 things posted on there for people to just scroll through mindlessly and decide they don't like any of it. By July, everyone can have one for each day of the week, right? I like the one that I made last weekend. The one I designed up last weekend. That's pretty cool. They've got their own little logo, little thing. Well, their own little format, I guess. We'll take different quotes from them and stuff. Put it on merch. It'll be fun. We'll do that with various people when I catch things that I think are clever. We'll steal it, slap it on something. I'm just like us. It's still on. Yep, it's still on. Actually, I think I can scrape this one. The first one we did. Oh, goodness. Grab a block of scrap wood to scrape my scraper. Can't believe Steph said she could do without the sanding limes. I thought everybody loved sanding. Ew! I got glue all over my fender. Man, it's amazing. When you scrape it, there's a lot of glue in an area that looks like there's not a lot of glue there. That wasn't quite ready to scrape. I just did a whole lot of smearing. So we're going to throw that down there. Clean the glue off my fenders. The inside of that one's scraped. The outside's starting to dry. That one needs a little bit more time. That one needs a little bit more time. This one needs some more time. It hasn't even started to dry yet. The nerve of her to say that, right? Slapping it on. Half a day tomorrow, then off till Sunday? Hell yeah, Papa. Saying it's just as bad as hours of clam talk. I mean, I don't know. I thought everyone loved sanding. Like, I thought that was the most enjoyable part of woodworking. I don't know if the sarcasm is translated. Opinion on epoxy resin river tables as the peak of woodworking skill and innovation. No. Fucking river tables are about as basic as you can get. They're not the peak of anything. You're just taking wood that you probably wouldn't be able to use for anything else, filling it with plastic that cost more than the wood, sanding it and polishing it. It's not the peak of anything. It's an interesting art form, right? It takes a bit of talent, but it's not peak nothing. Us old people need to take it easy. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not a big epoxy fan. I mean, I do it. on occasion. But listen, I want to make it clear to everybody. Like, I will bust on people for doing all kinds of stuff. Right? You use a CNC machine, I'm going to give you hell about it. You're doing epoxy river tables, I'm going to give you hell about it. All right. But I'm just doing it to poke fun. You do whatever makes you happy. Right? Don't let anybody else tell you that you're not doing something that they think you should be doing, so you're not doing it right, or you're not worth your stuff isn't worth the material or whatever. You need to quit or whatever. Daniel, I have mixed opinions on that because, as I said earlier, all I'm going to do is turn that shit off anyway. And if I can't turn it off, I'm going to figure out a way to bypass it. If there was a way to have it resettable where I didn't have to continuously buy new cartridges and or new blades, that's one thing. Like, if it was just some kind of a spring-loaded mechanism that just dropped the blade down, right, and didn't drive it into a block of aluminum or something, didn't set off a little mini airbag, right? That'd be one thing, because then I just reset it and I'm off to the races. I don't have to buy anything special. I'm not ruining blades. I'm not going, well, I can't use my saw because that was my last fucking $80 cartridge or whatever. What am I building? We're building a baker's island. This is the top back there. This is one of the edge strips that's going around it. One of the frame. I got another one back there, two more over here. So I think I'm very careful what I think should be legally mandated. I think the government should keep their noses out of most aspects of people's lives. And I really caution anybody who thinks that they need to be more involved. Opinion on pallet wood. Is it dangerous due to chemicals and metal fragments? No, absolutely not. Everything is dangerous at some point. I could cut one of these boards right here that I got from the lumber mill, and I could clip into, I don't know, a bullet. I could clip into a random nail from somebody putting up a tree stand or something. Pallet wood, I know there's a lot of talk about the chemicals they use to sterilize it, but here's the thing. They also spray that stuff directly into the shipping containers on the food and things that's in there. That stuff has a half-life of like 3 hours or something. It's ridiculous. That's a buddy of mine that works at a shipping yard. He says he'll spray that. What the hell is that chemical? Put it on pallets. I can't remember the name of the chemical anymore. But he says they'll pump that shit full of a shipping container full of it. And then what do? You go to the store and you finger it all up. Stuff it in your gullet, whatever. Because it's got a half-life of like, I don't know. I want to say, he said something like 3 minutes or 30 minutes, 3 hours, something. 3 something. Also, use some common sense. Don't eat off of it. Use it to build your weird stuff that you make out of pallet wood. Don't make a cutting board out of it. What are you like Googling random questions to ask woodworkers? Um, yes, the glue will cause nicks and things in your blades. And not only that, it will it'll gum up on the blades and cause other issues. You'll have to clean. What I can tell you, every time I run a glue up, excuse me, every time I run a glue up through my planer, I need to change the blades. You got to figure them blades are spinning at like Mach Jesus speeds, and they're trimming up wood, and then they hit a glob of glue. The glue is generally harder than the wood is. I mean, depending on the wood. Now, if you're just running things like this, if I ran this through the cutting or through the planer and I didn't have any of the glue drips on it, it's not going to do anything really. I might get a couple of little nicks and stuff, but I run my cutting boards through the planer all the time. Get good carbide blades. You're not going to have to worry about much. Excuse me. Carbide blades are very expensive, but they're also very fragile. Um, Carbide tipped ones are probably better. I don't know. The blades that I get now are made by Fox. They're titanium coated, carbide tipped, I think. Fox BC or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. You can buy them on Amazon. It's like $60 for a set of blades for my planer. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to step outside for a moment. You hang out and check out my wood, my fire, my fake fire. It's still snowing out there. My hat. There's my hat. Like my hat. All right, I'm back. It's still snowing, but it's not snowing as bad as it was earlier. You guys are far too quiet. I need you to speak up here while I'm waiting to scrape these glue joints, or I'm going to end up just going away. All right, here we go. That was there. Oh, can't cover the fire. Don't want to cover the flag. We'll be right between. There you go. That was their suggested little try it thing. Oop, shit. Hang on. Hang on. I'm doing things, touching buttons. There we go. The top. I mean, I think the best part of the muffin is when I get them in my bin and I don't have to make them. Because a bin full of muffins is always good. Also, Steph, every time you give me that muffin thing, you know you're putting them in upside down, right? And says the berries. I mean, you can have you can have really bad muffins because they don't have anything in them. You know, they call them brand muffins. Who eats brand muffins? That's nonsense. Yeah. So the tray that has the like two nubs in the middle, that's the bottom. That stops the muffins from sliding all over the place. When you give them to me, you have that as the lid, which I am surprised you haven't driven those things into the into the muffins yet. I know I almost did the other day. Right? I just something that like every time you give it to me, I go, you know what? I should let her know that this is the top and this is the bottom. And then it's what do you expect? You're right. You're right. I don't I don't know what I expect. There's one glue up trimmed. Let me find a scrap piece of wood to scrape my scraper on. I'd really rather not use that piece of curly maple. Here, we'll use this. I switched to my scraper instead of my a little glue brush spreader thing. It's much easier to clean it up this way. All right, there's two of them done. The first long one's not ready yet. I will have to trim off tiny little bits of the edge, but that is okie day. The long ones are not ready yet, so we got a few minutes. But the small ones are scraped. These are the ones that will go right here. I believe it goes this way. It sits right there. It's a nice tight fit. Good. That'll be nice. That'll be real nice. I don't like the way the tongue oil feels on here. I wonder if I got to wipe it, like buff it off or something. It feels wrong. Looks good though. Night, Papa. Lucky I get muffins. Lucky I get muffins. Who do you think you're talking to, young lady? Welcome back, Lawrence. Chocolate chip. The best part of the muffin is the chocolate chip. I mean, that's fair. I can't argue with that. I too like me some chocolate chip muffins. Steph made me banana muffins this week. Oh, I'm gonna have an extra muffin. Because I'm still gonna eat a muffin on Thursday. I'll need something to soak up the leftovers from Wednesday night. You call me young. I've been calling you old all week. We're gonna switch it up. Lemon poppy seed muffins. Ooh. The top. Everybody likes the top of the muffins. I don't know why. Do you guys like the muffin tops because they have like the sugar and stuff, or is it the extra crisp? Why is it that people like the muffin tops better? I know, like Steph, she'll put like the big sugar crystals on it. I mean, that part's pretty nice, but yeah, Steph made some really good lemon muffins one time. I still have a stain on my center console in my truck from the lemon glaze. Because I took it out of the muffin container and I put it on my center console and I put the muffin container away. Right? Because it's cold, so I just keep my muffins in my truck. And when I picked it up, it had glaze that was stuck to the counter or the center console. Extra crispy? Okay, well that makes sense. Seems more moist? Really? I don't know. I generally just enjoy the entire muffin. That's just me. Like the bottoms of the muffin, I like the bottoms because that's where like I feel like more of the berry settles or, chunks of stuff, whatever you're putting in the muffin, it tends to settle down toward the bottom more, which means that if I can get the whole ass muffin in my face, I can get the sugar from the top or whatever the topping is, the muffin, and then the bottom has the extra filling or whatever. But I could understand the crisp bit. The tops do tend to get a little crispier, depending on what the muffin is, I guess. The moist thing, I don't know. I'm gonna check my muffin tomorrow. I'm gonna split my muffin in half, and I'm gonna have a scientific thing while I eat my muffin. I'm gonna see which part of it I like the best. Now my muffins are banana, so there's no fruit settled to the bottom of those because they're like little banana breads, which are fucking amazing. But one of my favorite things to do with the banana muffins is I'll take the top off, right? And I'll butter it. I'll put the top back on. I'll pop it in the microwave. County the garbage disposal. Hey, that was my nickname when I was a kid. Although I still will eat anything. There's not a whole lot of stuff that I won't put in my face. Although in my old age, I'm slowing down a little bit. My hollow leg must be filling up. Butter in your muffins. Giggity. Although on occasion, I can go to an all-you-can-eat buffet for lunch and get that free dinner meal. Oh, I got the sniffles. What's that song? I'm not as good as I once was. I can be as good once as I ever was. I can put a hurting on an all you can eat once in a while. Not like when I was a kid. I was a teenager. Man, excuse me. I don't know how those places ever stayed in business. Although, didn't Ponderosa close? Maybe they fed too many teenagers. all the old all you could eats that I used to go to as a family when I was younger. Most of them closed up. Still got stuff like what is that, country buffet or whatever. Just their food isn't as good as it used to be. Oh, speaking of all you can eats, if you guys ever get the chance, you're down by like Lancaster, PA, go check out Shady Maple. Shady Maple Smorgasbord. Oh my goodness. I don't know how people give them bad reviews. Oh, the pizza buffets. Those were nice. The Pizza Hut ones. And they don't do those anymore. But every one of them has like the buffet thing. It's just always empty. Yeah, Shady Maple Smorgasbord. It's like a Amish Mennonite something. I don't know. Uh, so like all the food is homemade food. Oh, so good, so good. There was one time I went there on one of my trips up to the buffet. I just got a plate full of meat, just like because they got the grills and stuff like they're separate from the rest of the buffet, so you can get like steak or prime rib or whatever. They just had a big old plate of steak and can't remember what all it was. It's a steak day. That's delicious. Did they start them back up? The top? Everybody says the top. Everybody now. I wish it was like a running poll, like a tally that it would keep. Everybody has said the top. I don't know. I just like being invited to the muffin party. Yeah, I get excited that I have a muffin. I've never been to Pizza Inn. I don't know that place. I'm gonna have to check because I do like. I'm gonna have to see if the one here in town does the pizza buffet because I mean that's kind of nostalgic. I don't know that the Pizza Hut pizza is any good anymore, but excuse me. I know it's ridiculously expensive now for no fucking reason. A muffin patty. Thanks, Raja. How you doing, buddy? A muffin party. Appreciate you popping in, man. Thank you. Oh, the pizza's still good, but it's not. It's not like it's not good for the price tag. It's like it's nonsense. Like, what the hell did I get last time I got Pizza Hut? I want to say it cost me like $75. I'm like, well, Jesus, I could gone to Little Caesars. I could have got 7 pizzas and some garlic butter dipping sauce for that, and I could have eaten for a week or ate for a week, eaten for a week. I don't know. I'd have had enough pizza to last me at least 3 days. King. Got to use the coupons at Pizza Hut. I didn't even know Pizza Hut had coupons. Listen, I'm 40 years old now. When are you allowed to start clipping coupons and going to the grocery store and just pulling out your little coupon bag and giving it to the cashier, like a whole stack of them? Like, what's the age for that? Because I'll start getting the Sunday paper. Free pizzas always cost me at least $20. Oh, does she have like for her sports things? Does she have like the coupon books for fundraisers? Your other choice would be Domino's. I haven't had Domino's since I was a kid. I didn't even know they were still in business, to be honest. Is there a Domino's around here, guys? You know what? There's a place like I like Little Caesars. Their sauce is fucking delicious. I don't know what they do to their sauce, but it's good. The rest of it, I mean, it's it's food, but it's cheap and I can get it right now. I already did that this year. Why didn't nobody tell me? Oh, Domino's like 4 blocks from you? Huh. Were they any good? I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what a Domino's tasted like because I haven't had one. I don't know. So when I was a kid, apparently the Domino's that my parents ordered from pissed my mom off. So we never went to Domino's again or never ate from Domino's again. I don't know. Clearly, it affected them a whole lot. But we did have this little pizza place in town. Um, it was called Pizza Town, and it's still there. They make oh, it's run by an Italian family, and they make like cheeseburger subs. The best fucking thing I've ever eaten in my life. Oh, it's so good. I don't know why. It's a cheeseburger on a sub roll. I don't know why it's so good, but it's freaking delicious. And then they make a calzone, and you can get it with extra sauce. And it's not like extra like pizza sauce in it. It's like if you fried up burger and dumped or dumped spaghetti sauce in it and didn't like drain any of the burger fat out. It's like that that part of it, like the really greasy stuff. Oh, so good. So good. I don't know. Catch you on the save coupons next year. All right. Domino's cinnamon sticks. I'm gonna have to try them. I'm gonna have to try them. Bex, sounds like you're bringing pizza and cinnamon sticks to something. I don't know where. I don't know when. We'll all meet up at Steph's. We'll have pizza. Maybe in the spring we'll have a pizza fire. I'll be over there anyway, splitting wood. So might as well burn it. So one of the things I've been getting text messages and emails about all well, since we had this whole windstorm come through, right? It's been taking down a lot of trees. Um, pardon me. So I get a lot of emails and text messages about, hey, you're a woodworker. Would you like some free wood? And I go, depends on the wood. And they'll send me a picture of a fucking tree laying in their yard. I go, yeah, no, I don't really want it. It's A, you just want free lumber or free wood removal. B, I've got a ton of firewood. I don't need your firewood too. Sorry about your luck. Post it on Marketplace. Somebody will come and get it. You cut it up and you can have it. If I fucking cut it up, you're damn right I'm going to have it. Spending the time, material, or yeah, fuel, oil, wear and tear on my chainsaws. This means kind of sweet. All right, all right. Maybe we'll have a hot tub by then. Maybe. My neighbors are getting the Coleman hot tub or something like that. It's like an inflatable hot tub. They're going to they're going to let me know how it plays out. They redid their deck so that they can put it on the deck. And if it works out good, I'm going to build a step down on my deck over here, and I'm going to put it on there. I'll put up like a privacy screen and stuff. I don't put toppings on our muffins. I do. Sugar. The big sugar crystals, not like little sugar. You got to get the big sugar crystals. It looks more like a cupcake to me. Although, Steph, what if, hear me out, what if you made cupcakes, but in the muffin tin? I feel like big cupcakes are going to be a hit. I don't know if they have seats or not. I haven't looked at them. So, hey, if those are giant cupcakes, then they're giant cupcakes. I'm just saying, muffin-sized cupcakes. And like Beck says, you can fill them with things. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Also, a muffin is like two cupcakes. So instead of me eating 4 cupcakes, I can just eat 2 muffins, muffin-sized cupcakes. Also, I'm just saying, you could make cupcakes in a bread loaf pan and just give it to me as a cupcake. I'd be okay with that. No, no, those are not jumbo muffins. A muffin is this big. A cupcake is this big. You do not make a cupcake muffin. It is not how this works. It's getting giggly. I'm just thinking about food. I'm starving. But I need to be able to, I need to scrape this before it hardens and becomes a nightmare. Which this one's getting there. So I should be able to do this one. Hey, I can do this one. Let me scrape this one quick. This one, fortunately, does not have much. Squeezed out on the front. Most of the squeeze out was on the, or on the back. Most of the squeeze out was on the front. Which doesn't matter because it's going to get run through the table saw. Steph, my birthday's in 6 months. You have till then to figure out how to make a birthday cake in a bread loaf pan that I don't have to share. But you gotta remember the cake to icing ratio. This is important. Can't have crazy amounts of cake with no icing. That's just wrong. All right, so that one is good. I only have one left to scrape, so we don't have terribly long. So this one's not far. This one's not far from being able to scrape it. Oh, I just threw that right on the fucking floor. Good thing that it needs sanded and stuff anyway. I have ideas. Birthday's first, we can do a trial run. Ideas. Why can't I buy one? Because you got a KitchenAid. All right, we're gonna get rid of this now. Bex wants hers with filling in it. Oh, just fill them like a giant Twinkie. Like a giant Twinkie. Just put the icing in the bag and fill the cake with it. Nailed it. Giant Twinkie on it. I'll eat the whole damn thing in one sitting. I'll have diabetes, but I'll eat it all. Diabetes. A little more complicated. You can tell us your ideas. Maybe we don't want them to be public. They might be really good ideas. I feel like I feel like Lawrence might try to steal it. Papa already went to bed, I think. So damn, it's 10 o'clock. I may just scrape this one and let it be messy. Gonna have to trademark them. Trademarking is really easy process. So is copyright. Copyrights are a little more complicated. If you don't defend a copyright, then you lose the copyright. So anytime somebody infringes on your copyright, or your patent, I'm sorry, your patent, you're required to defend yourself, or it allows other people to use it. You can't pick and choose who you defend it with. But you can give people licenses, which would then mean that you gave them permission to use it under your license. Oh, this is still very wet. But I'm going to try to clean it up. All right. Cleaned that up okay. Only a little bit of other scraping that needs done. I have this big glob of glue over there. There. There we go. That's all that. What's up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? But don't share the pattern. Yeah. There's a lot of people that do that too with laser patterns, like laser engraving stuff. Um, yeah, I don't pay rent with candy bars either. I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of sharing anything that I do publicly, which is why, like, I've said it before. Anything you see me do on this channel, even if it, I mean, unless it comes from a plan that I purchased from someone, I give people free reign to copy it. And even then, when it does come from a plan that I purchased, I've generally modified it beyond that plan, so that plan no longer applies. Made yourself a wooden vertical chariot, huh? Soup and breadsticks? Oh, a hand truck. Oh, okay. Look, Steve, there's the part of the top of our thing, and we glued up our edges. Right, they're oversized, but these will sit here and hide the. It gives me a border, and it hides the plywood, and it looks really sexy. What is it? Looks good. What is it? This is the top of our baker's island. That's one coat of pure tung oil on that, so I didn't have any moisture absorption issues. It's anchored to a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. And then we got curly cherry for the frame and curly maple for the bit that hides the plywood, makes it look thicker. The maple kind of gives it a little extra, I think. Glued and screwed. I don't know if the screws are going to stay. They may get filled. I don't know. I think the screws will stay just to give extra hold. That sound bad? That's what that whole top is. That entire top is curly. Like both edges, like these two side pieces are curly. The middle pieces are curly, but they're face grain, mineralized cherry. Here, give you guys a look at it before we call it a night. I have no idea. Good tools, don't get me wrong, but they're not that good. And then we'll have the border, obviously, all the way around. But this is with one coat of tung oil on it, so that it soaks into the curl, and then we'll sand it. And when I have the side pieces on, I'll do all the sanding again, one with 220, and then I'll probably do a second coat of tung oil, sand that again, and then apply my my Gilboy's hard wax oil. So that should really make the curl stand out because the curl is nice and dark. And this, you guys can't see it so much on camera, but the tung oil really brings out the shimmer of cherry. All cherry has a chatoyancy. So, what's up, Dan? Yeah, Festool is very well engineered. That's true, but for the hobbyist, even the small business, they're not necessary. Make a beautiful writing pen. What, this? I know a guy who has a couple pieces of this. He might have he might have some ideas about doing some pens. So this is mineralized curly cherry. The mineralized is these dark bits here. And then this is face grain, obviously. So you've got this crazy grain pattern going on with all the curl that's just highlighted by the tongue oil. I think it looks awesome. Can't wait to see it as it darkens. Yeah, the curls move and dance. And these two side pieces, they're like a quilted curl. You can see more up there. So you got curl that comes this way, right, from left to right, and you got curl that goes from top to bottom. And you can see it more down there. So at the steeper angle, you can see it better. This one you can see better from the other side, but I think it's super cool looking. I'm really excited about it. So that's the top, or at least the top without the side pieces, the framing. That's the top of our baker's island. What did what did what did the Chaos Twins call it? Wigglewood. They called the curly bits wiggles. Can you buy something as an IKEA? I don't know. IKEA's pretty big. They might have something similar, but I don't think so. Although, I got to thinking about this. Um, one was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. I was thinking about this. Like, if I was building this for a client, like somebody ordered this for me or from me, that top is ridiculously heavy. All right. That right there is the cabinet frame for the drawers. Um, Shipping on this would be insane. This whole thing is going to weigh like, it's probably going to weigh like 200, 300 pounds. Christ, that thing right there probably weighs 100 pounds all in itself. Melamine paper. Right? Would something like that cost asking for a friend? Well, it's costing Steph a lifetime of baking supplies and lunch, or baked goods and lunch. Melamine paper, finish, and pine. Yeah. Or flake board, particle board. I couldn't imagine shipping on this. It'd be nuts. It probably cost more to ship it than it did to build it. Go ahead, Ernie, it would. Yeah, I might have to get another friend to help me load it. I may have to go either borrow or rent an enclosed trailer to deliver it. Because I don't know if I want to put this on the bed of my truck and then take it off the bed of my truck. Although if it's on the bed of the truck, then I can put boards across from the tailgate to the deck instead of coming down and then upstairs. I don't know. I'm a pretty strong guy. I know a couple of strong guys. we can we can probably lift it. Depends on how many muffins and what kind of food is involved. Shit, it would be nuts, right? Probably cost more to ship it than to just deliver it. But I think I may either go borrow a buddy's enclosed trailer or go rent a trailer if his trailer has stuff in it. Oh, I still want that because I'm still screwing the side pieces to the plywood, so I don't want them peeling off. Harbor Freight blankets. Yeah. Yep. I got some in the back of my truck right now from the bassinet. Hell, I gave Alan a bunch of them. The bassinet I had wrapped up in a bunch of moving blankets from Harbor Freight. Yeah. Yeah, it is. But I did everything I wanted to do tonight. So I think I'm going to call her a night. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. And we didn't get a whole lot done, I guess, but we got our pieces all attached and glued up. We'll do all the trimming and sanding of these next live. I will not be doing a live stream on Thursday. Happy New Year's, everybody. We'll be doing them. We'll be doing our next live stream on probably Sunday. Back to our normal schedule. So if I don't see you all before then, Happy New Year. Have a great night, and I'll catch you all on Sunday. Thanks, guys.